All right, so we're going to be speaking on this controversy from Taiga. I don't know if you guys remember this VTuber, but he got accused of being a pedophile and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, what I can remember was it wasn't really, some IRL stuff, but it was a little weird at the same time. But let's go ahead and talk about it. It's a recap from Kel. Shout out to the Discord because that's where this video came from. Let's go.
1 year after debuting, Taiga was hit with a series of accusations from former members of his mod team on Discord. These allegations didn't really catch on
His own
until
mod
a year
team.
later
That's
in
crazy.
2022, where people started peddling and pushing them even more. These allegations claiming that he was not only a racist but also a PDF file through a Google document titled Bungo Taiga is a racist pedophile. The
That's
document
crazy.
claiming that while Taiga has
Bro,
denounced
like just the title alone is, bro, scandalous. I would sue.
Shotakon and Lolicon content, that is only to quote-unquote save face, as he quote-unquote consistently admitted that he finds young children to be sexually attractive in private messages. The document showing screenshots as proof of these allegations where Taiga states, quote, Shota are genuinely hot as fuck, but immediately states, quote, not IRL obviously, cause kids are annoying. These messages already contradicting what the document has stated about Taiga, quote-unquote, finding young children attractive, when he himself only states fictional images and characters are and not real children. The document then went on to show even more screenshots as evidence to attempt to prove that Taiga was a pet, showing a screenshot where him and another individual are discussing Shotas yet again, where Taiga, when asked whether he was into kids, stated, quote, I don't like real boys and girls, but states anime kids are hot AF though.
Yeah,
then sending a picture
and that's the part that's strange. Like, to each his own, right? Everybody has their own kink and whatnot. But there's a difference between it being weird and it being illegal, right? So, like, to like anime kid characters, strange, whatever, but it's not illegal versus liking the real thing, right? So there definitely needs to be a degree of separation. Even though I might think it's weird or strange, I mean, that's his preference and it's in characters. As long as it's in fiction, it never should be taken to like the realm of real life because even as they state, they're not interested in real life children.
of Hunter x Hunter characters saying, quote, I want to f a little boy, in reference to those characters. We're also shown another set of DMs between Taiga and someone that had to remove 20 pages of nude images from a Discord server. Taiga requests that they're sent to him, asks how old the individual is informed of their age being 17, and says,
you
quote,
gotta go.
Oh, who cares? This screenshot so far being the only damning one. However, it's not even the one most people even try to spread as Taiga being a
Wait, so y'all had some actual legitimate proof of him being a little, leaning towards the PDF file, you know what I'm saying? But instead of actually going with something, y'all chose to focus on something that has nothing to do with that. That's a little crazy, bro. Like, this is one of those you could have got him, but you didn't.
Many people, such as another VTuber named Marina, would take out of context screenshots from the document, highlighting where Taiga stated, quote, I want to f a little boy, leaving out the context of Taiga stating he's not into real children whatsoever.
And they're
Marina
taking out context.
Was also going around spreading information about Taiga and making sure others cut ties with anyone associated with Taiga by DMing friends who were set to collab with someone, simply defending Taiga to quote-unquote warn them about doing so. The document continued on, showing some more screenshots of Taiga, this time Taiga questioning why his gym teacher in middle school never touched him, saying that he would have touched himself back then. They then showed off some images of Hunter x Hunter and showed artwork that Taiga has had commissioned before, and then showed a screenshot of him calling Gon his boyfriend, yet another fictional anime character. Also showed instances of Taiga defending another creator, some screenshots of Taiga pretending to be 14 years old on Twitter to get—
I once put I was 14 in my bio without further explanation of why. It'll make you look like a minor. Exactly. I got so many predators to follow me. I went up 1K followers in a day. Okay, well, I feel like we have another conversation to have, honestly. Like, bro, like who followed you when you did that? Like, I feel like that's the lead.
Get more followers from predators, claims of Taiga being racist and transphobic, and so on and so forth. They also allege that Taiga was allowing minors into his Discord with them posting nudes of themselves. All of these allegations leading to many people to jump on Taiga, kicking him from the community and forcing a response out of him. Taiga posted a tweet longer going over the allegations a day after they were made public. In this response, Taiga made it clear that he has never—
I didn't engage in acts of PDF file nor grooming. I don't even know where this grooming allegation came from, in particular considering I've never had contact that was of any nature with a minor. This is blatant lie, and there is zero evidence to support this. Even an original Google Doc never claimed this. Shotokan is not PDF file, and the word should not be used towards lolicon/Shotokons for the sole reason that it lenses towards the impact of the word and undermines and insults real victims. When someone says a word, we naturally think that the individual has harmed a poor child by using this word towards people who have only indulged in lolly/shota content. It lessens the meaning behind the word and will ultimately harm the community, since people will now second guess the claim before it's used towards shota/lolly content. And that is absolutely true. Absolutely true. You're trying to blame him and frame him for something that's not really in the equivalency, right? He's talking about Shoto, Lolly, all this anime online stuff. He's not talking about real life stuff. And there are real life victims that get affected by legitimate PDF files, right? And even though Taiga himself is trying to like become some type of like victim or whatever, like a fake victim, right? He's putting 14 in his bio because he wants to lure out weirdos because he gets some type of satisfaction from it, right? At the end of the day, he's still a grown man. Even if he wants to do these things, he can do these things, right? There's no law stopping him from lying about his age to attract weirdos. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, what he's saying is actual facts. You guys are undermining real victims of these, attacks, issues, and real predators, man. So it's one of those cases. It's like he's weird. You don't like that he's weird, and you don't like what he likes. But that doesn't mean you can just immediately take that and turn it into something else, because that will end up harming real victims that happen to be affected by legitimate PDF files, man. This is definitely a hard topic to have and a hard conversation to have, but it's definitely important that people realize, hey, you can't just take something and run with it because you don't like a specific person or whatever they like. Like, I personally think reading this stuff, bro, I think Tyga's weird, 100%. Like, I probably wouldn't associate with the guy. That being said, he's not on the same level of somebody that would be visited by Chris Hampton. You know what I'm saying?
Anyone, as he has, quote, never had contact that was sexual of any nature with a minor.
Good.
Continuing by saying that, quote, Shotokan is not pedophilia, and the word should not be used towards lolicon/Shotokons for the sole reason that it lessens the impact of the word and undermines and insults real victims. When someone says that word, we naturally think that the individual has harmed a poor child. By using this word towards people who have only indulged in lolly/Shota content, it lessens the meaning behind the word and will ultimately harm the community, since people will now second guess the claim because it is used towards Shota/lolly content. Taiga also compared the act of comparing Shotokon and lolicon to real pedos is like saying committing crimes in games makes you a criminal. Taiga in this also addresses—
I mean, it's not far off, right? These are both extremes that aren't indicative of what really is happening inside the real world. This is only some online content, right? So teabagging in video games, like there's been times where people have tried to claim sexual assault because of teabagging in video games. Like, this is nothing new, right? So to see that and read that, and some people might be like, oh, that's ridiculous. I agree, it is ridiculous. But people have tried to use this ridiculous online notion as some real life type of humiliation or attack. I think people's egos are just overinflated, if anything. Like, we need to definitely separate the reality and like the online world, because these two things, even though they're definitely similar and they do interact and intertwine, these things are at the end of the day still separate. And it's up to the individual whether they want to take something online and take it into the real world. And yeah, it's tricky, and it comes down to a case by case basis. And when it comes to this case in particularly, I mean, Tiger's got a point. Even though he's strange, he's weird, he does his own thing, he has a point. What he has done has not affected somebody in real life. The only people that it's affected is the people that don't agree with what he personally likes to do in his personal life. But at the end of the day, it's his life. He can do whatever he wants with it. Man, this video is crazy.
This is a screenshot regarding the 17-year-old and states, quote, the screenshot of me asking to be shown lewds, not nudes like people love to claim, of someone suspected to be under 18 was merely a crude joke. However, it was—
look, brother, that's not a good joke. That doesn't look good. Like, sure, lewds and nudes aren't the same thing. Regardless, this person is underage, so I would not be making that joke, period. Because, yeah, you say it's a joke, but what if they actually did it? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, no, it's not funny. So definitely, I can't agree with this stance whatsoever. So if we're gonna say that he definitely might be grooming, I mean, we might have a case because legitimately, like if you're trying to joke with a minor to send you explicit photos, and then that minor does send you explicit photos, what is that, right?
Absolutely disgusting to say. I would never make that joke today. It was completely inappropriate, but at the time, that was my sense of humor. And for context, since the original callout was completely lacking, I was a teenager just finishing off high school, and the
Okay.
person in question was allegedly 17. Now,
So we got a minor on minor incident, I guess.
Taiga further addresses this in recent streams in clips that I'll show later in the video.
Okay.
As in this twitlonger, he then addressed the screenshots of him talking about his gym teacher, saying, quote, "This is literally verbatim a quote from Mac from the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Season 1, Episode 7. Me saying that was taken out of context to help push the narrative of the document. It's unfortunate the quote got taken out of context." He also responded to the claims of a minor being in his server by stating, quote, "No images of minors were ever allowed on the old server.
Okay.
Not that I was even the owner anyway. If anything even remotely risky was posted by someone we believed to be a minor, the messages would be removed. He, she, they should have been kicked/reported and banned." Taiga does address that the server did have one minor in it. That minor was given a role that blocked them from seeing any of the NSFW content from the server, and goes on to point out where the person who has made the post about minors in the Discord stated, quote, "Due to the fact there are no direct screenshots of Taiga, this may need to be taken with a grain of salt." Taiga then continued to address the allegations of him commissioning artwork of himself and Hunter x Hunter characters together, the racism allegations, and the transphobic allegations, which you may pause to read if you'd like to do so.
All right, man, let's go ahead and crack this open. Why not?
To address the allegations.
Okay, regarding the commissions, the commission art on my persona, along with well-known characters from Hunter x Hunter, yes, I commission art like that. And like, it's fine that you say you don't particularly like what I've commissioned, nor is anyone saying you have to. However, I no way, shape, or form, or any of the characters drawn like or meant to represent actual children and abuse such as the claims. If you truly believe such content is akin to actual CP, then I ask you, have you made such claims to attempt to get rid of millions upon millions of Rule 34 of your favorite anime character? Chances are you forgot waifu or husbando is not over 18, and the common thing within anime, the character is underage. So I generally have no idea why it would suddenly be an issue just because the characters are boys. No, he's spitting facts. A lot of Japanese anime culture, whatever, like even Hosho Marine, right? Right? The ages in Japan versus the ages everywhere else in the world are always different. And even in the United States, age of consent in some states are 16, right? Some states have it so it's like the Romeo and Juliet law, right? So even if they are older, Romeo and Juliet law, if they get permission from the parent or the adult, they're allowed to date this minor, right? Across the world, the age of consent and all this stuff has always changed. It's never been one thing. And it wasn't always 18 at that. It used to be 17 across like many places. In some places, it's like as soon as you're like 14, 15, like it's a thing. It's not everywhere. So whenever we're talking about this stuff online, it's best that we keep it online because if you try and take it to the real world, well, then it gets tricky because so many laws in so many states and so many countries and so many provinces around the world always have something different. So you can't really make it applicable and you can't stand on some type of moral high ground because the moral high ground is always shifting. Okay, how can you be like, oh yeah, I'm fine with 17, 18, and then what happens when the law changes it and it goes back to 16, 15? Are you going to stick with that 17, 18? What happens if they change it from 17, 18 to 19 and 20? Like the things switch in the real world all the time. So when we're talking about online, we should definitely try and keep it there. So yeah, him being in love or being drawn a commission, being with anime underage people, it's like, yeah, again, it's weird, but that's it because it's an art commission. Okay, this ain't no real life stuff. Bro. Gone from Hunter x Hunter is not a real person. Killua is not a real person. Hisoka, thank goodness, is not a real person. Next.
Of him commissioning artwork of himself and Hunter x Hunter characters together, the racism allegations.
All right, racism images. Let me go ahead and zoom this in so y'all can see it. Racism images shown with the documents are false, except for admittedly one, the rally cat tweet of F white people. Am I right? My fellow Was done by me. Okay. Well, damn. I was 15 when I tweeted that. 15. Okay, yeah, he's 15, man. Like teenagers, like if you don't act like you ain't never said no scandalous shit as a teenager. That's not true. You probably said something hellacious and you maybe didn't even know it offended somebody because your group of friends were not the people that were targeted in that joke. But yeah. I was 15 when I tweeted this. 15 understand tweet was only made with the time are completely inappropriate and racism. Like most people when I was 15, those actions do not represent who I am today. During the time, shock humor was common and the sense of humor was influenced by the media I consumed and people I hung out with. It continued to be throughout my teenage years. Still, I apologize. I have profoundly educated myself in the last decade, and those images are false. I am unable to verify this as I can't prove a negative, but the lack of context and supporting evidence of the screenshot should speak for itself. All I can do is ask, why is that single Discord image cropped and blacked in the manner when no Discord image is edited in that manner? Leaving out context. I mean, that's good. Like he's literally like he's doing a good job defending himself because one, he already had them on the hook. Like for real. Like, yeah, he's 15. He says something scandalous, hellacious, bro. Like when I was 15, we had people like Dane Cook. We had what's his name? Posh.0, right? Posh.0 made a joke. He was like, "Oh, black doesn't crack, but it sure does age," or something like that, right? Bro, my aunt heard that joke and she said, "Turn this shit off." Right? Definitely offensive. But at the same time, right? He's a comedian, and these jokes like this were prevalent across not just the internet, but it was in like normal media, right? How many comedians had to come out and apologize for some shit that they said years later, right? Kevin Hart, he had to apologize a couple years ago because of something that he tweeted that was a joke, or maybe he did some stand up that was a joke. But these people are comedians, of course. But who are they saying these jokes to? Us, society, the audience, right? We take these jokes and we laugh at it, which makes it socially acceptable to say these jokes in passing. But time has passed, and now we say that these jokes are unacceptable, right? Richard Pryor, a person who used to make hella jokes about gay people, you would never make these jokes currently because society has changed and we have said, hey, we do not make these jokes and they're not socially acceptable. That's just how life works, bro. So, and on top of that, he's talking about, hey, they cropping out and changing images. Hey, that's some real shit. That means they trying to put you in the dirt. They trying to have something against you. So I automatically have to start siding with Taiga, even though, again, I think personally his taste and stuff like that, they're not for me. But that don't mean we're gonna sit here and send this man to jail or try and get him hemmed up on something that he hasn't really done in real life. Next.
And the transphobic allegations, which you may...
All right, the transphobia is just blatantly false. Okay, I've always promoted trans positivity in my community. I've actually called out transphobia whenever I encounter it. I'm sure I've accidentally addressed individuals based on their mannerisms or voice without thinking. I have no recollection of doing so with malice, but I will openly apologize to these individuals if they wish to reach out to me. That's big. I have and would never intentionally do such things. Two people with their names blurred have a conversation saying I did a thing is not evidence. True. This is literal definition of heresy. True. Man, this dude, hey, Taiga, you should just go to law school, bro. Like, bro, you're doing good.
Pause to read if you'd like to
He's
do
cooking,
so.
bro. For real,
Despite
for
Taiga
real.
responding to these allegations, many refuse to believe him.
Okay,
They continue
that's
to spread
fine.
the allegations
That's
and
also
painted
true. They don't have to believe him.
Taiga as a creep. People made sure others were aware of the situation no matter what. Bigger
Mhm.
creators were also made aware of the situation due to brief mentionings of it during drama videos.
Got the VTuber Taiga who got like a $5,000 donation.
Oh, is there drama there? What happened with that? Is this HoloLive?
No. Taiga is an indie streamer
Is this HoloLive?
who, I don't know the whole story,
You don't
but
know.
Taiga was outed to be a pedophile.
Wait, so
Oh.
you don't know the whole story? You just said that shit. Bro, people really be looking up the Nux Taku. Bro, I've been watching Nux Taku for years, bro. Like, I get it. You like him. You think he's cool. You think he's funny. You think he's base. He has edgy, dark humor, and that's what you like. At the same time, bro, you got to realize this man can't just be sitting here saying this crazy shit. Like, bro, this would legitimately get him like in a lawsuit. And then what happens when he loses? I mean, you guys probably just blindly defend him anyway. I don't get that shit personally, but hey, I'm a leader, not a follower.
Which is a little
Shit,
awkward.
Jesus.
A little awkward. I don't know the whole story.
You don't know the whole
Alleged,
story.
but-
Alleged.
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
I'm glad he said alleged.
Apparently this, I don't know all the details. So
Okay.
I put a big asterisk
Good,
on it, but I
good,
think this
good.
was someone that was like kind of groomed-ish.
Oh, the donator was?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, this is really fucking sad now.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
wow.
Oh, it's $10,000 dono.
Holy shit. Are they still a VTuber?
Yeah, but everyone shunned him, I think.
They're still around, and this was like
Yes.
a confirmed thing.
I think it's loosely. I think it's like Discord pedophile. You know, it's not EDP cupcake. Here, but,
Okay, Jesus, that's still
It ain't no
awful.
EDP
there
type
are
shit.
some
Okay,
really
word.
disturbing
So
private
nothing
messages
happened.
and stuff. Private messages of slurs is bad, but private messages like saying like, "I don't care, you're 14," that's worse. That's a lot worse.
Now, some of those people have since apologized in their own way at this point,
Good.
but all of this has led to someone else taking matters into their own hands and deep diving into this rabbit hole to clear up the situation. In December of 2022, a Google document from Twitter user BurnBurn8 was uploaded to Twitter. That Google document being titled The Exoneration of Bungo Taiga, with the user saying, quote, "In a strange twist, I am today doing an unexpose. Originally planned to be anonymous, but that decision has changed, and I won't edit the document as it is finalized. This document was made with one goal in mind, to quote-unquote correct the record on a VTuber known as Bungo Taiga. Burn went into this explaining the allegations at hand that Taiga was being accused of being a pedo, groomer, and child abuser. Burn discusses the fact that Gilk and Ozzy, the two who created the document, were both former mods of Taiga's that were both banned a few months apart from each other, with the document being posted only 3 weeks after Gilk was banned from the Discord for calling Taiga a quote-unquote money whore. The document was also said to be pushed by an
So it sounds like they didn't like him. For obvious reason, they got their ass banned. So, I mean, it sounds like maliciousness. It sounds like revenge. It sounds like we need to take their ass to court if it was necessary.
old stalker of Taiga's, one that had donated $250,000
That's
to him.
crazy.
This stalker was pushing the document and created a whole—
Dude, that is crazy, bro. Like, bro, I wouldn't even take that money. Like, bro, 250K, like, yeah, that's a lot. But, bro, it's coming from a stalker. Like, bro, that's like almost on the lines of like some type of blood money, right? If you take that money, that gives them like the mental or spiritual, emotional attachment of like, oh yeah, he took my money, so he accepts my love. You don't want those problems. Like, you got 250K. Next thing you know, they got a knife in your back, literally.
Website in order to spread these allegations further, all because Taiga allegedly refused any attempts at getting close to him.
That's
Burns
crazy.
showed where this stalker, as well as Ozzy and Gilk, despite calling Taiga a pedo for liking and commissioning Shota artwork, have all done the same, and at the same time were following and commissioning artwork of their own, showing they don't actually care about the things they're claiming Taiga is, and only created the document to harm Taiga. And now, you would think that with this document and Taiga breaking down how these individuals are extremely hypocritical and have spread lies about Taiga would lead to many changing their view or stance on the situation. However, even after 2 years, Taiga is still being damaged by them. After the document
100%.
defending Taiga was released to the public, many started defending Taiga. There were a lot of people that changed their viewpoint on him. However, it wasn't enough, since we still had others that were constantly spreading hate against Taiga at any chance they got. They'd remind others about the allegations, but wouldn't give them the full context. They'd continue to claim that Taiga was a creep and a pedo because he enjoyed Shota content. For the most part though, things calmed down for Taiga. He was able to continue streaming and uploading to YouTube for his fan base like normal. That was, however, until YouTube on June 28th of 2024 hit Taiga's channel with 2 strikes before a final takedown of his channel happened the very next day. Taiga quickly appealed and was thankfully unbanned, only to be banned again hours later for the exact same reasons as before. Taiga's second channel at the time was also taken down due to YouTube's ban evasion policy, leaving Taiga without a YouTube channel and shortly after without a Twitter account as well, since Twitter suspended his account for unknown reasons. There have been claims made that a stalker has gone around mass reporting Taiga on Twitter and YouTube, which could have led to these bans, but as of right now, YouTube hasn't confirmed whether this is the case, as Taiga is still banned there and over on Twitter. And with Taiga being banned, people started praising the fact that he lost his accounts, bringing up more accusations against him, again claiming that he deserved this for posting artwork of fictional characters. There are also still people on YouTube making lengthy videos claiming Taiga is a creep that deserves everything that has happened to him. Taiga has also taken to talking about these issues in multiple different streams, asking why he keeps getting targeted, and says many times that he's done with all of this. In these clips, he also further addresses a joke made about the 17-year-old, providing even more context on the matter.
There is a DM where Taiga is speaking to someone who uncovered a minor posting lewds in their Discord channel. That is what they call child porn, in case you needed a translation.
I was fucking like, what, 19? I was fucking 19. I had been normalized to this fucking behavior, okay? I thought it was normal. I was like, well, it's not the fucking end of the world. It's a fucking...
Oh, man, I gotta fast forward this, bro. He cussing way too much. Sorry, but I ain't trying to lose my money.
I get that. But to me, the idea that anything that I'm doing or have ever done has been enough to justify deplatforming me from YouTube and Twitter.
That's crazy.
Just completely deplatforming me.
That's insane.
The idea that I am so unmarketable, like it's, to me, it's absurd. It's ridiculous, you know? I don't think I've done anything that could ever justify being this massively deplatformed. I don't know why I'm...
I think it's Twitter goblins, bro.
I don't know why I'm not allowed to exist on
It's
the internet.
literally Twitter
Unfortunately,
goblins.
as I stated before, Taiga has remained banned on YouTube and his Twitter suspended. He's still facing harassment for allegations made 2 years ago and has essentially had his current life ruined by them. So please, if you can, go show Taiga some support through his Twitch streams. He's mostly singing, playing video games, doing karaoke, and vibing with chat. So please go show some love and make sure to leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah, man,
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
that's absolutely insane, bro. The story of Taiga, yeah. Yeah, I see why this was sent to me in the Discord. Yeah, it's definitely an important conversation to have, right? Because we're talking about somebody that's been deplatformed by people online that have nothing else to do but to spread hate. Like, I get it. He is strange, and you maybe not like him. Maybe you don't like him. Like personally, maybe you personally don't like him. That being said, he hasn't done anything illegal. He hasn't done anything wrong besides upset your viewpoint. That's all he has done. And for some people, that's all they need, which is insane, because if we lived in a world where we could just eradicate people because we do not like them, the world would not exist. Legitimately. The world would not exist. So these people do need to be called out, because this is absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of people, they probably don't even know the whole story. So I can't blame them. But for the ones that do know the whole story, you know what really happened. You got all the points of views, and maybe you even seen this video from Kel. And now you got different perspectives and all the receipts, and you've heard it from Taiga's perspective. And that's definitely the most important part, because he's the one going through all of this. Right? It's disappointing and it's sad to see. And I hate to see it. And I feel like more people need to relax. Like, you see this? Bro, sometimes this camera be pissing me off, bro. I paid you to follow me, bro. Follow me. You see this? This is called outside. Take your ass outside. It's not that deep. This online, bro, you're chronically online. You are ill. Legitimately, you are ill. If you are chronically online, you are ill. It's a new type of illness called being online too damn much. And it needs to be remedied by going outside, because it's not that deep and it's not that big a deal. Somebody likes drawing themselves with characters that are not real. It is what it is. That does not necessarily mean what they do in real life is reflected of that. And it's sad to see, man. And it's the crazy part is I feel like this is obvious, right? Why, like, I cannot be the only one that sits here and says, bro, like, yeah, he's weird. Yeah, he's strange. Yeah, he has a strange sense. He has a strange kink, right? He likes things that are different. Just because you like things that are different does not mean you should be deplatformed. That does not mean you should go to jail. That does not mean your name should be thrown into the mud, because you're not really affecting things in the real world. All you doing is showing what you like and enjoy online. And as somebody that's been on the internet almost since it was made, bro, there's been a lot of weird stuff, and there's a lot of weird sites for these weird different types of things. You can't just go out and just get rid of all of it. It's not a thing. So yeah, definitely, I think this is another case of Twitter goblins taking their egos, overinflating it, and just doing too damn much. Especially if you start stalking somebody, you're gonna legitimately stalk somebody online. That's where you need to go. Outside. Anyways, that's the video, man. It's your boy KhunShawn. Definitely, bro. Ever since I be getting into these like more social critiques online, bro, it's been a interesting road. But I will say that I do enjoy it, because it's bringing awareness to a situation that needs to be talked about, and not enough people talk about it, like just being themselves. Like for like the VTube community, understandable. Like keep your model on and definitely talk about it. Like shout out to all the people that do talk about these issues online that are brave enough to do so, because it is a risk to talk about these things. That being said, hey, I think there's enough rational people that can combat the irrational people. But yeah, that's the video, man. It's your boy KhunShawn. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Join the Discord down below. Drop your videos like this if you enjoy these types of social commentaries. And I love breaking them down, bro. Like like at the end of the day, I feel like I am helping whenever I'm giving this perspective and opinion, because I think I'm a rational person. I am a normal human being. Like I'm probably like the most extroverted person in the V2 community. Like like real deal Holyfield. But yeah, it's your boy. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Y'all be safe out here. It's crazy. Peace.